COVID-19. Leave no one behind. Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that cause illness, ranging from the common cold to more severe lung diseases. COVID-19 is the most recently discovered disease caused by coronavirus. As we fight this pandemic, we must be kind by supporting others. COVID-19 is not specific to any sex, gender, race, nationality, or skin color. So, let us not stigmatize or discriminate against anyone or certain groups. Fear of exclusion and discrimination may result in those who may have contracted COVID-19, including migrants, to hide their symptoms rather than seek treatment. This puts everyone at risk of getting sick. In many contexts, people who migrate to work, study, or join their families are key players in nation building, including combating COVID-19. Let us all play our role in challenging misinformation and discrimination against migrants. Be considerate of others' needs and do what you can to help. Encourage others to wash their hands frequently. Avoid touching their face, eyes, mouth, and nose. Practice proper cough etiquette. Avoid public places. Practice social distancing and stay at home if they feel unwell. The Gambia is called the Smiling Coast because its people are kind. Let's show that kindness in fighting COVID-19, our common enemy. Let's fight it together. For more information, or if you experience any symptoms, dial 1025.
Him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But
Don't you know about Baluwo?
Baluwo? What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Hi, you're watching Kerr Fatou. My name is Buba Gajigo, and this is your educational program. We're gonna bring you primary school lessons. If you have kids at primary school level, please get them prepared. Give them a pencil and a book. I hope you will enjoy these lessons.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464-838. WhatsApp us on 3259220, or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
Calling with whatever we do. Jion safu no la with whatever we do. Hale yi demu school. Nyepamne ne kudlukula. Nyepangi ragala gena. Nyepamne ne kudlukula. Ibuloke no moto ni beti sola. Ibuloke dato ni betoto.
Mingi Congo.
Lamin.
Na.
Lamin te jibe norin te nyame Lamin.
Kabona wulo kono.
Wulo kono nyinte mo Lamin.
Pabilenki.
Muna ngata afongole.
Haina.
Ngata. Ngoto le. Fabrama.
Mingi. Baba nyole.
Ngoto le Fabrama.
Namu jumala kan kuma ni ten.
Fabrama.
Jumala mu.
Ndele bare muso.
Lunda mana.
Kamo kata.
Jamani mbere.
Alindo ko.
Jamani.
Bari ngoto man kontande.
Bari jamani fana na mundu ma man kontan.
Ngoto minaka ngalamin je fom filitala. Lamin jibe nori nyala.
Lamin ida siran sama ne benki. Yala so tol sayni no ko mo lokko momo.
Ngoto.
Nam.
Iterinte yalo ne Lamin hakilo diata bake karamngoto. Anu santeng ministry ko di ngole si suoko na amanke ko do holiday la
si bitun
Bagona de nga.
ala ni ko kede namo balo
ala ni na ko na karta bulo be damna ala ni je
ngoto
nam
ngoto mon kontan feren
jamani mu ne keda
ite ka Lamin ki wulo ko no nyintay mon ko do fete malo Lamin nyanta sila la be la moy kala karango
jamani karamol be soron ne ko fasita wulo ko nako
karamol ma soron ni ko karamol soron da amanke comme holiday lem ngoto dini ngo nyanta sila la ala karango la moy yamen kamen fue man kontan andamande
alla nyin kombo courant adanda la kombo len do la jan karamol le soron do kamen courant ma do la kombo e don dol fana na karamol soron je karamol soron Lamin adara lo nyino la man tara fe na sokon ala mu nekela
Lamin ite foyde malon ko lesinol be ke kar radio to
Nga fine.
e ko nyana di mod Lamin ya mu na fonye
bir kabin bina kan ntambita nteri maning Fatou ntambite la sukala ala diningol bebe siri be la moyka
Fatou danso am fana tambira jele ni subala la ngaje diningol be je talanta nen kili warol e be seri jele
sa Lamin fanante ku kili wo ke no la ba Lamin bitaka wulo ko no nyinta mo Lamin
amandara fenela
ite dine ko ni man si yakari lesinol la moy radio to balon na
mu ne ka ke afonye ba nyara ni alon
telentel jikot
afonye ba mu ne be ke
ite balon tel be jikritel ni man karambe ku kele yaje nata karana mbasa malaya ay tarije
par ñarande kombo courant ho findira kombo ide na raje den sonka bay ko Lamin manya tala wulo ko adu karamol be so da fanya membe
ko to wole nati ba ho ngalle ni Lamin kuntala kombo courant o ka fa me kombo courant asototal wala kinay ko e si suwo kono bari ni ko e si suwo kono be karangol di ke la radio lin telel to hani tele masoto to nyaay man tele soto da bungo bar radio be bulen ko to batiri sanga ay si ay alamo
sa do kala
nyaadi ko ta ro bulaji
abe kala nyaadi
kamun ke nyaadi
radio abe wala moy la be mona falaje
ibe la karandirol kala jele
ti talle be radio ko men da karande
ila subject ro baby jele baby jele
wala nanga coco moy fa dan so wolya ngombe tambi kana ngadi ningol de be ikadum bungo de ko kada mar mo
asototal de
Lamin mala be kara wala de
bari
laftalal ideal on ko inde every year second wala fourth
muna ni ko ma ko nde ko folle sinila mba nde le sinilo ne ba
say mba foke en koto wole fango yen wulindi yalo famo keta bat yim fana bulata ko ko me yen nati jambi lamin nyanta karana ntel beji ko be nyine ka ya bula kara wulo kana ta kilar ya bambalo yo be bula je ko to dinni ngoy si ayala le sino la moy radio
wara ka munda kara mo man soro lamin nyanta kara si so na radio
la sila le ayala le sino
dal ko korna ko smalo
kilar ya
mo be ngala ko mo sai mi do ni ko no kera
mengi bruzo
ndaba ko la da ba rosa no radio ba no bari woro radio ni abe je le ba ngamra do man dembe buljan dala nyara nyar wo fram ko fendi mo la lamin tayra ba rosa
bara te ku folo ajibe nori nya labi tamete ku
teku
bari ko do famo ke
imagine nañu ñambol sisol le keje kisigi man sisol no le kafun nyoma bari ñambu kino li manya ka finde ni nambe ko do la jang
ngalle limbeta de be ñambo do dilanna
ñara nim ko ritin fennat ñara nata
ko to bari famo ke da
ngata bungono tammi bungono ñara mel ngando ko fele ko ke ibaru nganda ni pelo la dija
iyo awa better la
bungono bismillah bisu diara
ye fongo tanka sina dolu tanka koro ta koro
Hi everyone, we are back with our lessons on parts of speech. We still continue with parts of speech and still on nouns. Last lesson we dealt with the possessive case, the number of nouns, that's singular and plural. Remember we said when a noun is one, we refer to it as singular. When it is more than one, we refer to it as plural. Okay? Generally, we add s to nouns, but nouns that end with sh, ch, o, x, and so forth, we said we add es. Those that end with y, we add y. We add ies. We change the y to ies, provided the y, before the y there is a consonant. And when there is a vowel before the y, like boy, day, and so forth, we just add s. There are nouns that end with f, fe. We just change the f to v and add es. There are some that don't follow that rule, like chief, and so on. There are nouns that do not follow any of the rules, like man becomes men, child becomes children, sheep becomes sheep, and so on and so forth. But today, we will look at nouns in the possessive case. But before we go into all that, let's have a recap of the homework that you had. You write the plural form of the underlined nouns in each sentence. Number one, Fatou picked the bunch of keys. And the answer becomes Fatou picked the bunches of keys. The second one, the bird sang on the branch of the tree. The answer becomes, the underlined words are bird, branch, and tree. The answer becomes the birds sang on the branches of the trees. We look at the following sentences before any explanation. For instance, you have a sentence like, this is the dress of Ami. This is the tail of the dog. The donkey belonging to Malang is called Tom. Mrs. Cham is doing the job of a teacher. That is the car of our headmaster. Now, looking at these sentences, we've seen that these sentences show that Ami owns the dress, that the tail belongs to the dog, that the donkey Malang owns is called Tom, that the sort of work Mrs. Cham is doing is done by a teacher, and that the car belongs to the headmaster. In other words, these things, sentences or groups of words, we cannot call them sentences, these expressions show that something belongs to somebody. There is ownership involved in the whole thing. Okay? Now, however, we do not normally speak or write like this in English. The book of Fatou, for example, the dress of Ami. We simply say, this is Ami's dress. This is the dog's tail. Marlon's donkey is called Milky. Okay, that should have been Tom. Anyway, Mrs. Cham is doing a teacher's job. That is our headmaster's car. Now, you can see some difference here. Okay? The dress of Ami becomes Ami's dress. This is the dress of Ami. Becomes Ami's dress. So we just have a small symbol on top there. We call it apostrophe. A-P-O-S-T-R-O-P-H-E. Apostrophe. And then we add an S to the name Ami, because Ami owns the dress. The person who owns the thing, we put apostrophe and add an S to that person to show that he or she owns something. Ownership. Okay? Ami's dress. Okay? This is the dog's tail. Malan's donkey is called Milky. Mrs. Cham is doing a teacher's job. That is our headmaster's car. Okay? This is what is called in English language possessive case of nouns. It shows that something belongs to the person for whom the noun stands. For example, we show this by writing apostrophe and then S. Okay? You have apostrophe in bracket. You can see it there on your screen. Apostrophe and then S. And that is for singular nouns. For example, the bicycle of Amadou. One bicycle belonging to Amadou, the name of a person. It means the bicycle belongs to Amadou. We write Amadou's bicycle. Amadou, we put apostrophe, that is that symbol on top there, and then S, then bicycle, showing that the bicycle belongs to Amadou. The house of Kumba, we don't write that in English, or we don't speak like that in normal ways. We say or write Kumba's house. The hand of the boy, we write the boy's hand. Okay. To make the possessive form of plural nouns, there are two rules to follow. So the first one, let's go back a little bit. We said we put apostrophe and then S. That is for singular nouns. It is not the same case for plural nouns or all plural nouns, not for all of them. Now let's see. To make the possessive form of plural nouns, there are two rules to follow. Rule one. If the plural ends in S, we just add apostrophe. For example, the house of the teachers. We write the teacher's house. Here we're not talking about one teacher, we're talking of teachers. So, and these teachers ends with S. There are some plurals you remember that don't end in S. But here teacher ends with S. So we just write the S, the plural form already, and just add an apostrophe there. So it becomes the teacher's house. You can ask yourself, or you can ask me, but what about house? Because it is a noun. Okay? The house of the teachers. Here, the thing, the noun that stands for teachers, okay, teachers own the house. The thing the noun owns can be singular. When as a group, collectively, you can all own that thing. For example, as a family, father, mother, sister, brother, can live in the same house. They own the house. You and your brothers or sisters, you own the house. You can be more than one, but the thing that you possess can be one. In this case, you may have a group of teachers that share the same house. Okay? Like in some schools, you have quarters where teachers live. You can have one house shared by more than one teacher. So in that case, you'll have the teachers, plural, house. You'll have the S and then after S, apostrophe, plural. The eyes of the girls, we write the girls' eyes. We write girls and then add S as plural and then apostrophe comes after the S. Here we have more than one eye also, so you see the difference. The books of the pupils, we write the pupils' books. The pupils' books, S apostrophe, because it's more than one. Rule number 2, if the plural does not end in S, we add apostrophe S, just like we do in the singular. For example, the shoes of the men becomes the men shoes. Men apostrophe S, because plural of man does not take any S. The men's shoes. The room of the children. The children's room. Children doesn't take S. Child, plural, children, no S. So we put apostrophe and then add S. The bags of the women becomes the women's bags. The women's bags. Now, one thing you need to remember also is possessive form is used for people and for most animals. Normally, we don't use possessive form for things. Nouns are names of things, animals, places, persons. So we use persons and animals in most cases to write this possessive form, like apostrophe S or S apostrophe. But for things, generally, normally we don't use it for them. Not all of them. I'll give you 1 or 2 examples that are exceptions. For example, we say the teacher's table, the gatekeeper's uniform, the dog's tail. But we also say the size of the shoe. We don't say the shoe's size. We say the size of the shoe. The color of the book. The color of the book. We don't say the book's color. We say the color of the book. The height of the building. The height of the building. These are names of things, so we normally don't use apostrophe S or S apostrophe for them. But you can have some exceptions. For example, if you look at the board, you can say a day's holiday. You can say a day's holiday. Okay? A day's holiday. You can also say in a minute's time. These are exceptions that people say, that are accepted. Okay? but they are not very common. But generally, we use possessive case for nouns that are animals and people. Okay? For things we can say the size of the shoe. We don't say the shoe's size. The color of the book, not the book's color. The height of the building, not the building's height. But we can say the teacher's table, the gatekeeper's uniform, the dog's tail, and so on and so forth. Good. The first activity we have would be what? Write down the possessive form of the following. 1, the heart of the man, the home of the girl, the cat of the old man, the friend of my brother. The heart of the man becomes the man's heart. In normal English, that's how we write it. The home of the girl becomes the girl's home. Because girl is one person, we write apostrophe and then S. Man is that kind of noun that does not take S. In fact, this one is singular. That's just normal. The cat of the old man becomes the old man's cat. The friend of my brother, my brother's friend. These are all singulars. Okay? No S. So we just put apostrophe and then S, as is in the case in the singular. Write down the possessive form of the following. 1, the voices of the pupils. 2, the shouts of the boys. 3, the barks of the dogs. 4, the cries of the children. 5, the songs of the women. And 6, the friend of my brothers. Okay? Good. Now, looking at the corrections, the voices of the pupils becomes the pupils' voices. Remember, pupils here is more than one, we add S. So in the possessive form, something belongs to those pupils, we put the S, and then after the S, we put the apostrophe. Okay? The shouts of the boys, and then the S, the apostrophe after the S. The barks of the dogs barks. The cries of the children's cries. Remember, child, plural children, is a special noun that does not take the rule that we add S or ES and so on and so forth. So it doesn't take any S, so it takes the form of apostrophe and then S, just like in the singular. The songs of the women, also the same thing, becomes the women's songs. The friend of my brothers becomes my brother's friend. Sorry, the friend of my brothers. Again, like I was explaining, one particular thing, the thing that the nouns possess, can be one, but the possessors, that is, those that own that thing, can be more than one. So here you have, my brothers are more than one, maybe 2 or 3 of them. They have one friend that they share in common. So it would be my brothers, apostrophe, S, and then apostrophe, and the friend will still remain singular, friend, no S. Good. Let's look at the other activity. Make the following plural. Change both nouns in each sentence. The man's heart, the lady's song, the woman's song, the child's game, the donkey's tail. We change to plural. The man's heart. Man becomes men. And men has no S. Okay? So let's look at the corrections. The man's heart becomes the man's heart, apostrophe and then S. The lady's song becomes the lady's, because lady has S, so we add apostrophe after the S. Remember, lady is that type of noun where you have a Y ending. And this Y ending before the Y, there is a consonant, that is the D. So it changes to IES. We drop the Y and then add IES. So after all that changes in the plural, then we add the apostrophe. And then songs. The woman's song becomes the women's songs. The woman's song, one woman. The women's songs. The child's game, one child and one game, becomes the children's, children apostrophe S, games. The donkey's tail becomes the donkey's tails. Donkey, no IES, because there is a vowel before the Y, that is E. D-O-N-K-E-Y. There is a vowel before the Y. As a result, we just add S to Y to form the plural, and the apostrophe comes after the S. Another activity, you make the following singular. The bird's wings. Plural birds, wings, plural. The girl's friends. The women's songs. The men's shouts. Let's look at the corrections. The bird's wings becomes the bird's wing. Bird, apostrophe S, because it is singular now. The plural, we just put S and then apostrophe comes after the S. But in the singular, we put apostrophe and then the S. And the wings become wing. The girl's friends becomes the girl's friend. Singular friend, singular girl, from plural. The women's songs, woman becomes the woman, apostrophe S, the woman's. Songs becomes song, no S. The man shouts becomes the man shouts. A quick recap to make you understand better. Those are key points. We look at the conclusion. That is, now when we saw something, let's go back a little bit. The possessive form of plurals is when something belongs to a person or animal or another thing. Possession in English means ownership. So possessive form of a noun is when something belongs to that noun. And we show that by writing a symbol called apostrophe, either S after that apostrophe or that apostrophe after the S, depending on singular or plural of the noun. For example, the shoes of the man becomes the men's shoes because man, this plural is men, there is no S. But when there is S for a plural, we put S and then apostrophe. The eyes of the girls becomes the girl's eyes. Girl, because girl, plural has S, so we just write the S and then apostrophe comes after the S. So those are the rules that we follow. When a noun ends in S, in the plural, we just write apostrophe after the S. When a noun does not end in S in the plural, we just write apostrophe and then S. For singular nouns, we write apostrophe S. Now, when we say that something belongs to someone, the noun stands for, we refer to this as possessive case of nouns. We use apostrophe to show this in writing. When the person or animal, that is the possessor, is singular, we write apostrophe S. When the person or animal is plural, that ends in S, we just add apostrophe. Okay, after the S. that brings us to the end of the lesson. But before we go, there is a homework for you. Make the following shorter using S or apostrophe, SOS, apostrophe. The book possessed by Hadi, the names of the children, the names of the boys. These 3 questions you need to look at before our next lessons. Again, stay safe, stay at home, and study your books, and be by your TV sets. Thank you very much for your attention.
COVID-19 accani hay goto bawo. Coronavirus ko nyaw mo anduda ko kanko watta ko wawi wasi tawi a heɓu durmaji te non kadi jippo ka jope ma. COVID-19 ko nyaw mo anduda ɓoyani ɓe anduɓe fi nyaw ndaari mo ɓe wi ko coronavirus jonnirta mo. Fi enen fo wawen haɓade oɗo nyaw ko matum wallodiren jogodiren fi wawen haɓade oɗo nyaw ɓuraɗo andirede COVID-19. Te non oɗo COVID-19 anda siko a debbo ma ka gorko, o anda ko honto iwruɗa, o anda ko couleur honɗum jogiɗa. Awa woten innu ndeɗo nawnare ko mojobere wotere ndeɗo nawnare nangata. Si tawi en ƴetti nawnare nden en fawinde e mojobere wotere, no wawi wasi tawi ɓura e tum ɓeydude nawnare nden nde ɓura hewude. Si tawi kadi en ƴetti nawnare nden en wi ɓe anduɗa heɓe iwri e leyɗele ɗe anduɗa no jogui nde ɗo nawnare, en fuɗɗike ɓe fawde nawnare nden wa'ay wasi tawi ɓe suuɗa e nawnare maɓɓe nden. Te non ɗum ɗon addana en bone ko leydi. Te fof wawoya e heɓude nde ɗo nawnare. Fi wawen haɓade nde ɗo nawnare. ɓen ɓe anduɗa hiɓe iwri ka dulaji ɗe anduɗa no jogui o ɗo nyaw, maɗum yahunoɓe toon fi janngugol maɗum golla, ɓeɗo fof no foti darade moƴƴa fi wawen haɓade nde ɗo nawnare ko leydi ɗo COVID-19. Enen fof daroɗen fi haɓoɗen ɗi kibaruji ɗi wona gonga ɗiɓe wone jonnirde fi nde ɗo nawnare, ɗiɓe wone fawde ɓe anduɗa hiɓe iwri e leyɗele goɗɗe. Wakkiloɗen moƴƴa fi wallitoɗen ɓen ɓe anduɗa heɓe sohli wallitade fi wawen ɓe wallitade haɓoɗen oɗo nyaw. Yewtiden e himɓe fi ɓe loota juuɗe maɓɓe moƴƴa wattu kala, te non kadi hara ɓe memani yeeso maɓɓe ko wawi wa hunduko maɓɓe maɗum gite maɓɓe e kine maɓɓe. Si tawi hiɗa ɗojjude andu no ɗojjira haraɗo jani ha lorda himɓe ɓen. Wota naatu e jama hewuɗo fi wawa dandude hoorema oɗo nyaw. Woɗɗito himɓe ɓen wonu ka galle si tawi a sellani. Sa nani ɓe inni Gambia Smiling Coast ko fi honɗum waɗi ɗum, himɓe hoɗuɓe ko Gambia ɗo ko himɓe moƴƴuɓe. Hollire moƴƴere men nden haɓoɗen nde nawnare wiyetende COVID-19. Gaño men mo anduɗa ko gaño fow haɓoɗen mo ha o iwa ɗo. Si tawi hiɗa faala hen ko laaɓi maɗum hiɗa yiwde caɗele e sengo cellal mangal ko wowla ɗo kon hiɗa wawi noddude 1025.